there is no such thing as a good cop. Basically everything that they stand for, or not what they are supposed to stand for, but they do, like the way they act, there's nothing about it that's supposed to protect and serve. Like the laws that they're supposed to enforce are just unjust, and a lot of the times there's a massive misuse of power.
I think probably what you're seeing is simply an increase in the use, or maybe an increase in sensitivity to it being reported to our officers. But once it's reported, the officers really have very limited discretion to to turn the other eye, pretend that it's not happening.
My read of the situation is going to be different than the police report. They said that they wanted to search me because of the smell of burnt marijuana. I was going to deny everything, I'll let them search my room until I walked out of the hallway, and yes, it did reek of pot. That was out of my control, and that is reasonable suspicion. But at that point, when I claimed that I had not been smoking in my room, they should have considered that I wasn't necessarily the one causing it. Because I guarantee you, I've talked to my neighbors, and I wasn't. So basically, I got busted for somebody else's their neglect, I guess you could say, negligence. So it was kind of that, it's like, oh crap, like, this is not good. Like, this can't be happening.
And we meet students where they are, as opposed to where the law thinks that they should be, or society kind of thinks where you should be. We know that if we use scare tactics and we're preaching abstinence to everybody, you guys are going to just tune out, and we're going to get lost in the shuffle of all the messages you're hearing about marijuana use.
It's not necessarily an everyday issue, but it's probably at least every weekend. We have someone in the dorms smoking marijuana. They get caught. That's one thing, but there's probably always somebody on the weekends in the residence hall smoking. You don't always see it or smell it. Mostly, you just kind of know what's happening because loud music's playing and people have their windows cracked open, but it's only 30 degrees outside. That's typically a good sign.
I think what is kind of influencing increased visibility of marijuana use is that the acceptability of the use of marijuana is kind of becoming more relaxed. There's a lot of public perception from the harm reduction perspective that, and I can say, marijuana is not heroin. If somebody injects heroin, it could be when they also take their last breath. With marijuana use, we have a reasonable approach and some helpful information kind of about the risks.
I'm not one to take action and call up, the police myself. It's not necessarily in my job description. It probably would be good if I did that, but I don't necessarily personally see marijuana as something that's going to really harm someone. So I think that, that's a responsibility of their RAs themselves as adults to do that maybe in a space that is more appropriate, or not do it at all. I think I would probably prefer them not to do it at all, but I personally, when I see these things, I think I turn a blind eye, which is, not the best thing to do, but I don't like seeing my residents get in trouble, and I just really don't think that they're necessarily deserving of that when they come to a place where there's almost these expectations that you participate in these activities, whether it be smoking or drinking.